Hello, Reverend Sully, Eric O'Sullivan ordained on the internet. The caveat, as always, please do not burn your hands holding on to my hot takes. If you do, well, that's on you. I got a quick one today about the Marvel movie Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. I grew up with Shang-Chi, its comic books. I didn't read it too much, but it was always part of the background of my Marvel life. Growing up as a small child in the 70s, a teenager of the 80s. I mean, Shang-Chi was on every spinner rack growing up. And the movie just came out, the Marvel movie, and it's gotten some flack and, of course, the usual outrage culture and whatnot. But, okay, I hate race swaps. I hate gender swaps. There's no place for it. There's no need for it. If you think there's a need for it, that makes you needy. Okay? You're taking away someone's agency. You're taking away someone's identity to suit your own needs because you're selfish and you're unimaginative. And here's a rub. Okay. And Shang-Chi is based on one of my personal heroes, Bruce Lee. You see the jumpsuit? You see the nunchucks? Well, they're foam nunchucks. All right? They're just for practice. I grew up worshiping Bruce Lee. I have finally achieved, after all these years, a personal goal. I'm developing a Bruce Lee body. I've lost my body fat, and now I'm going to tone up my muscles. I've always wanted a physique, somewhere between Bruce Lee and Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, skinny, but a little well-defined. And I would watch Game of Death over and over again. The five level fight scene, and the amazing fight between young Chuck Norris and Bruce and Way of the Dragon, the Chinese Connection, aka Fists of Fury. I love Bruce Lee, and well, here's a rub. Shang-Chi was based on Bruce Lee directly. Now, in the comic book, Shang-Chi's mother is a white Caucasian blonde lady. Sure, okay, yes, fine, yeah. Bruce Lee was 1/4 Dutch. His mum was half Dutch. His maternal grandfather was a Dutch businessman. Now, the Dutch had a huge interest in Hong Kong. This is just old Hong Kong history. It was a part of the UK until the late 90s when it was handed back over to People's Republic of China. It's its own history. You can look it up. But Bruce Lee was born in San Francisco. He was an American citizen. And his 1/4 Dutch ancestry, when he was training with Master Yip Man in Hong Kong, learning the style of Wing Chun, of Chinese boxing, the fellow students questioned his ethnicity because that's their culture, and thinking he's not pure enough, not Chinese enough to learn your art. And Ip Man dismissed his students and went on to train his gifted young pupil, the young dragon. So what does this have to do with the Shang-Chi movie of today? Well, Shang-Chi, the movie today in 2021, his mother's identity was taken away and replaced with someone else, someone Chinese. Sure, okay. All right, we're living in an age where we're asked for authenticity in casting and authenticity in writing with greater diversity, greater representation. Yet, isn't it taking away his mother's identity problematic? I mean, I'm asking questions. Is there something wrong with his mom's being white? Is it privilege? Is it problematic? Or shouldn't Simu Liu not have been cast as Shang-Chi? Wouldn't have this shouldn't have this role gone to a person of mixed heritage? Rightfully so. Aren't you literally replacing a mixed heritage character with someone else? And how is that fair? Once again, I'm going to put my link to my redhead erasure here because I'm Irish. I take that seriously. Redheads are part of my culture. Redheads should not be fair game to be replaced for diversity's sake. And some YouTube creators out there have given me the vocabulary. They're YouTubers of color. They've given me their opinion, saying it's tokenization, they're leftovers, they deserve better than these hand-me-down characters. Where is this going? Well, why is Shang-Chi's mother's identity being taken away from him? It's the whole modern reasons, of course, but I was going to see this movie. I wanted to see this movie. And then some Marvel creators just got toxic again on social media, and I just don't want to contribute to it anymore. Yet, isn't it problematic that Shang-Chi's identity has been tinkered with for identity politics? And I mean, but it stands because, Caucasian people are fair game? No, they're not. And we're not. And to think so might make, you might have some issues with that. I see that as problematic. It's, hey, if you don't agree with this, give me a thumbs down. If you think this is okay, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to this content if you like, and leave a comment in the comment section if you think I'm full of BS. But taking away his original identity, and there's no problem with that. It's a little disturbing. I want to thank Carrie at she's a Nerdy Girl Creates, and she's the one that reminded me about this. And thank you for the reminder. But Bruce Lee was of mixed heritage, and he's one of the greatest action stars ever. And now the star of this movie, Simu Liu, God bless you. I know you're using your platform to try to advance your agenda. Sure, and it's very pro you. Good. Yeah, I mean, good on you, man. Sure, but it's a distraction, and it's a little off base because, what's the reverse of whitewashing? I hate using these terms. I don't want to use these terms. It's problematic. I am a post-racist person. I work and thrive in the most diverse and representative culture in workplace. And it's part and parcel in my life. And taking away his mom's ethnicity is disturbing. Why? As I like to say, cui bono? Who profits? Bruce Lee, though, will remain one of my heroes. And I really wanted to support Shang-Chi and Simu Liu. He seems like he's got pluck. He's got aplomb. And I know he's intended well. It just, the optics are horrible. But that's all I got for today. Yeah, Shang-Chi's mom was originally a white Caucasian blonde lady. And that was taken away from the character to make it what? Wow, these Marvel movies. I'm still heartbroken over Captain Marvel. They gender swapped one of my greatest heroes of my childhood, Captain Marvel, because you can't have a man mentor a woman after 2016 for your modern reasons. Yay, girls. Yay. Yeah. What about your own agency? What about your own will to power? Nope. It's got to be at the boys' expense. I said that. I just said that right now. And that's all I got for today. Thank you so very much. Thanks for tuning in. Bruce Lee, you're the man. I love you. And thanks for being one of my inspirations. Yes, You're a Chinese man, and yes, I'm a white Irish kid, and you will always be my hero. And that's all right, because people of different cultures and of different genders and of all genders can inspire all people. As it said in Hamilton, the world is wide enough for all of us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cheers.